right, welcome to Yard Work This Week. This is the game between the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks, Week 4. It's the first quarter. There's 12:37 left. The Dolphins are in base defense, and the Seahawks are in 21 personnel. Now, let me explain to you what they're trying to accomplish here because it's rather evident right away. Dolphins are in base, as you can see. And they're going to bring the tight end to this side of the formation in motion. And you're going to see a few keys that Russell Wilson is going to pick up on almost immediately. Corner still man up right here. Xavier Howard is off. But as you can see, stop it. Cavanaugh has shifted out in behind the 5-tech. Okay? We have a tight end, flanker. Now, let me explain to you what the Seahawks are trying to do here. They're going to release this tight end up the seam and threaten this safety. But since the Dolphins are in man under, it's pretty simple to defend. Because if you're man here, right? Then it's simple. You have a too deep look. This safety has this side of the field. This safety has this side of the field. Since this is the weak side and they're on this hash, Brandon Jones cannot abandon the deep side here. He has to have this deep half no matter what. What Seattle's trying to do is trying to hold him by sending the tight end up the seam. But since the Dolphins are in man under, they're going to drop their linebackers into the short zone. But the Mike backer, which is right here, which is Landon Roberts, he has to get as deep as possible and run with the tight end as far as possible so they don't hold the safety on the deep ball. So let's run it and let's see what happens. Straight drop back. They have a delay release over here. Okay. And you see he's running up to the zone and stop it. Ball's released. Here it is. As you can see, DK Metcalf has his hand up. Look where the hash is. Look where Brandon Jones is. Why he is picking up the safety that has the tight end up the seam, which is in essence double coverage, I have no idea. But Russell Wilson, with this play design, managed to send a tight end up the seam that held both safeties. Since they're hooking this receiver up in this side, this is a good read by Bobby McCain to abandon this deep half and pick up the tight end. But what is Brandon Jones doing? What he's doing is giving up a big gain to start the game. You can see at the end of the play that Xavier Howard is pretty upset with it. And it could have been some miscommunication. But that's just poorly played, poorly diagnosed by Brandon Jones. All right, the score is 10-6. There's 2 minutes left. It's a 2-minute warning. It's the second quarter. 2nd and 13. The Dolphins have the ball. And as you can see, they come out in a simple 2-by-2 look, but they're in 11 personnel. And I'm going to show you what they're trying to accomplish here with this play. Okay, let's run it so they can set. And then you'll see something that the Seahawks defense shows in the coming seconds. You see the safety starting to backpedal a little bit. He's trying to get deep. This guy's mulling around like they're trying to do something. They're trying to disguise what is 3 deep. Okay? And the Dolphins have a pretty good play call for it. This route combination is one I had not seen this year, but it's a pretty damn good one. Okay? What they're trying to do is, this is Mike Gesicki. This is Devontae Parker up here. Mike Gesicki is going to run a flag route. He's trying to occupy somebody on this side. As you can see, you can count the guys. It's 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it's pretty straightforward what you want to do. You want to press the safety right here, right? So the way they're going to do it is by running double posts. And by running those double posts, he's already identified what is essentially three deep, right? So by running double posts, they got the safety in no man's land, and he's going to have to make a decision. You're going to see the throw that Fitzpatrick makes, but we've already seen here the flag route that Gesicki's running, right? They're going to run Grant across the formation, and then they're going to run Gaskins underneath. It's a hell of a route combo. I was kind of surprised by it. I had not seen it this year, but it's pretty tricky play call. Very well executed against the correct defense. As you can see, corner is playing off. They've already shown it. This is 3 deep. See it? This is 3 deep. 3 deep, and you can assume some type of under coverage. There's the snap. Now you can see right here the double posts. Now look at this throw. He gets Devontae Parker right inside the window. That is a good throw. He could have had Isaiah Ford. He could have had Gaskins on the crosser. Everything was open on this play. Even the flag route to Mike Gesicki was probably open. Great play. Good read by Ryan Fitzpatrick. He had everything to pick from on that play. All right, I showed you a great read by Ryan Fitzpatrick. Now I'm going to show you a not so great read by Ryan Fitzpatrick. The score is 10-6. There's 57 seconds left. Dolphins are going in here. Okay, it's 3rd and 4. The ball is on the 27. Dolphins have 11 personnel. Let's speed it up a little bit so they can line up. And I can show you what they're trying to accomplish. It's pretty straightforward. Ryan Fitzpatrick's going to see the keys right away. They're showing man, but it's also 3 deep once again. And the route combination they're going to have this time is one I have seen a lot before. Dolphins have been successful with this route combination. Fitzpatrick has failed to see Mike Gesicki popping open several times. What they're going to do right here is they have a shot play up here. They're going to have Jakeem running like some type of double move and trying to get up the field. Isaiah Ford is going to come across. And Gesicki's going to try to get deeper on the dig or square in and try to find a zone right here, which should be open since it is 3 deep. Theoretically, it should be open. Let's see if it pops open, right? Let's run it. Let's run it slow so you can see the coverage develop. Seahawks now showing like a 2 deep look, right? But you see, they did well. They have the robber right there. He's trying to take away the zone, but he gets way too deep out into the flat, looking at Gaskins, and stop it. Let's bring it back just a little bit. Okay, here's the release point. Now, we can run it. There is, let's stop it. Look at this pocket. That's as good as you can get it. He can survey the entire field. If he is surveying the entire field, he might be keying on this double move. He must have really liked this double move because he just looks over here. Mike Gesicki is wide open to catch it anywhere around here and get in for a TD. Run it. Look at that. Look at that. And there's the release. At the point of release, Jakeem Grant is essentially triple covered. This safety was held by Jakeem Grant, which allowed Gesicki to be this wide open. Wow, that's as bad a read as you can have for a quarterback. All right, the score is 10-9. There's 19 seconds left. The Seahawks have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 36. Dolphins are in dime. And as you can see here, the Seahawks are in what looks like 11 personnel. Greg Olsen is on the field. And let's run it a little slow so you could see what they're trying to do. At this point in the game, the Dolphins, let's stop it right here. Perfect. Okay, Dolphins are essentially in what is, like a man coverage, man-ish coverage. Here's the sticks. There's 19 seconds left, so the Dolphins are willing to give up a lot of stuff here. They're willing to give up even almost 20 yards if you want. They just cannot give up the big play. So naturally, these safeties have to get deeper. Okay? You gotta really respect any shot play here. It is Russell Wilson. I don't know what they were thinking, but let's just run the play and see what happens. As you can see, he breaks contain. Noah Igbenogany leaves his man. And that's wide open. We know the rest, but let's bring it back. Let's run it slow. Breaks contain. This is the moment of truth right here. As you can see, it is man coverage, but the corners on this side who were in man coverage are beginning to hook because they're looking back into the backfield and seeing that Russell Wilson is escaping, okay? He's escaping to his left, and you're going to see what is, in essence, a 51-yard throw. But no matter what, we know the goal line is this way, and you're protecting it. This guy, I have no idea what he's doing, but he's trying to take away what is essentially the deep center, right? And he pretty much has it because he has any square in. He has any square in from each side. But this guy has to not get out of his back pedal, and he has to be looking at the action over here since they had trips on this side of the field, and now the quarterback is moving this way. So as soon as you see Russell Wilson escaping, this guy's actually thinking about trying to come up for a tackle when what he has to be thinking about is getting deep and getting deep to this half of the field because they had trips over here. And now Russell Wilson is escaping over here. You'll chance any throw that is across his body, but you cannot chance a throw that's deep on your half of the field. Noah Igbenogany, I'm pretty certain, is trying to key on a player here because he doesn't think Russell Wilson can make this throw over here because he thinks he has the safety on the deep half. He doesn't. He leaves his man. Russell Wilson is one of about 3 quarterbacks that can make this throw. He made this throw. Let's run it. And you can see it. Russell Wilson releases it at the 30. And look at the trajectory of this pass. It gets caught at the 19. That's a 51-yard throw through the air. Big gainer. Puts the Seahawks in business right before the half. About as bad as you can play defense in that instance. All right, the score is 17-9. There's 9:38 left in the third quarter. It's 2nd and 5. Dolphins have it at their own 25. And this is another example of Chan Gailey calling pretty damn good run offense. Let's run it at full speed so you could appreciate the play as it develops. As you can see, the Dolphins are in 11 personnel. They're up against a nickel. Here's the run. You see the lane. Good gain. That's 11 yards. Let's slow it down so you can see it in its glory. All right, now I'm going to show you what they're trying to accomplish here. This is pretty tricky stuff. It's really good run offense. Let's wait for the shifts and everything. As you can see, it's 11 personnel. Here's Durham Smith. He's going to come in motion, but I'm going to show you what they're trying to do. I'm going to wait for him to be set. Okay, there's the shift. They're honoring what is now the new strong side, right? Now, he doesn't have this lean. He actually gets set. In fact, let's show it to see how well Durham Smith plays this. He is set. Now, this is what they're trying to accomplish. The shift is already on. This is Bobby Wagner, one of the best middle linebackers in football. And here is what they're trying to accomplish. Since they have this wide tech here, which is a wide 9, right? This is Myles Gaskin, okay? They're going to get a double here, right? And these linemen are going to kick their man out. Now, where's Durham Smith fit in here, right? Well, Jesse Davis is going to release out into Bobby Wagner, right? As Durham Smith runs a wham block right here to seal and create a lane for Myles Gaskin to run the ball through. Now, I want to see it in its full glory. Look at that wham block right here. Sealed. Look at that. Look at that. Look at Jesse Davis get out into the second level, get Bobby Wagner out. Look at that lane to run through. That is good run offense right there. A little bit more dynamic back. Maybe he breaks that tackle, maybe not. That's good execution right there. Good run. That's 11 yards. All right, the score is 24-15. Dolphins have the ball. It's 1st and 10. The ball's at the 36. 4:45 left in the game. Dolphins need a score on this drive. And this play right here is why they invented checkdowns. Dolphins are in 11 personnel. That is Adam Shaheen right there in tight. That is not Mike Gesicki. And the Seahawks are in nickel, but this is Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner is one of the best football players in the NFL. He is, in my opinion, the best linebacker in the NFL. He's the best pass defensive linebacker in the NFL. He's the best linebacker in the NFL, period. Okay? In this case, they are going to play a 3-deep zone that is very, very well disguised. They have a robber right here who's going to get the short zone or getting the back that's releasing. They're going to hook this receiver at the sticks. And this is a route combination that they ran successfully in week 1 against the Patriots. Preston Williams got an 18-yard reception on Stephon Gilmore. They're attempting pretty much the same thing here. What they're going to have here is Shaheen is going to threaten the safety on the skinny post. And Isaiah Ford is going to try to square in right behind him. And what Devontae Parker is going to do is going to have a short release, delay, almost like a delay, and try to get behind the route to cut it inside right here. So the progression is simple. It's 1, 2, 3. Okay? And he has to see it 1, 2, 3, and throw it away. Or get it out to your back out here, who should be releasing, who is the safety valve. Ryan Fitzpatrick does not do that. He goes for it. And being the score how it is, it's a little bit more than one score. He goes for it, and you see what happens. This is good execution right here, okay? Devontae Parker, his timing is impeccable on that route. Maybe that should have been the look. But as you can see, his progression was locked into the square end. He thought he was going to have it. It got intercepted. He had it against the Patriots, against a very similar coverage. He does not have it here. That interception, that loss of possession, pretty much cost them the game. It was a terrible read. What was the alternative? Very simple. Let's run it back. We're running it slow. We're running it slow. We're running it slow. Stop it. He's at the bottom of his drop. Okay? Let's bring out the telestrator again. Okay? Right now he's hearing 1, 2, 3. He has to go bang, bang. He has to make decisions. He's made the decision that he's throwing right into this gap. Right here. There's a problem. He has to see that in the throwing lane, we ran into this problem in week 1, is Bobby Wagner. This is a defensive player of the year candidate. Don't throw it there. So it's pretty simple. You read this, he either has to go right here right away, or that clock in his head has to tell him, all right, he has to turn to his left, And right here, just throw the safety valve. Boring, but it's not an interception, and it's not the end of the game. Let's run it one more time so you can see what I'm talking about. There it is. Throws right into the lane, and there you see it. Usually when he gets intercepted, you see what the coverage really is. That's triple coverage. They got him under, they got him over, and they got a man on him. Terrible read. His worst read, I would say, in this game. Worst read of the season. And that's it for this week. We will see you next week when we recap some plays from the San Francisco 49ers game.